Hi, this is Paul Bauer and welcome to this video called the Heartwave Breakthrough. In this video, I'm going to share with you one of the most important breakthroughs in human consciousness, awareness, and spirituality. And as you begin to discover just how amazing this breakthrough can be, you will be astounded for what it can do for you in your own life. And it's through the power of your heart. It gives you access to powers and abilities that most people can only dream about. But before we talk about the power of your heart, let's talk about the old paradigm first, because that's where we've come from. And it's very wise of us to tune in and understand who we are now as we are now beginning to transition into a whole new level of awareness. The old paradigm, which is the real cause of all problems, is the restless mind, as we talked about in video number 1. It's the central cause of all the issues in our life. So I've got one question to ask you. What's the single biggest challenge you face in your life? Now, if you need to pause this video and tune into and think about this, this might be one of the more important moments of your day that you could focus on. Not on the problem itself, but why it's a problem in your life. So pause this video just for a moment and ask yourself, what's the single biggest challenge I have in my life? Now, the reason why it occurs is because we focus too much with our mind. The mind thinks it knows who we are, and it creates stress and more effort, makes us try harder, but it also creates the feelings of lack and not enough. Heart focus is different. It creates an inflection, in other words, a transition or a little breakthrough that happens in us that begins to pay dividends the more and more we focus. Because what you experience when you tune into your heart is calm and peace, creativity and flow. And the results are breakthroughs in all parts of your life. Now, because most of the meditation programs that exist today are based on brainwaves, it's important to point out something. Brainwaves follow. They do not lead. So when you look at this picture, I want you to focus on the waves behind the boat. That's a symbol of what brainwaves are. Brainwaves are the result of something. They are not the cause of something. So my question that I ask all people that work with me in terms of clearing the mind and letting go of the over-reliance on the mind is, would you rather be at the center, in other words, in charge of your life, or would you rather be at the response, in other words, the old thoughts, the old feelings? And most people answer, yes, I'd love to be at the helm. So being in the center of that boat, and you are the driver, you're at the helm of your life, instead of being the wake behind the boat. Now, this thing called the virus of the mind is what takes us over, and it prevents us from being who we truly are. And when that virus, those 50 to 60,000 thoughts that we talked about in video number 1, begin to take hold, they habitually create themselves over and over again, like the copier machine that we talked about in video number 1. So the question becomes, should you rely upon your heart or should you rely upon your mind? Maybe you don't have to choose. Let's define things first, though. There's your human heart, and then there's your spiritual heart. Your human heart is limited by its very nature. It's just the physical organ itself. But your spiritual heart has no limits. It has access to intelligence and wisdom that your mind can't even imagine. Because there is this thing called your heart waves. And your heart waves are the essence of life. Not the beat, not the heartbeat, but the wave of energy that flows through all of creation. In other words, the essence of life itself and who you truly are. In other words, your heart waves are life as it moves through you. Brainwaves are results of something. They are not the cause, whereas your heart waves are your true essence and your true cause. And there's this thing called the master wave, based on research that's been done by many great researchers in the medical field. And this picture of this wave is the heart wave, and it's been called the master wave of the body. All systems of your body are part of the heart wave, including your brain. So that means your liver and your lungs and your blood supply and all the different things that go on in your body are part of this master wave. And you can access and feel your heart waves when you know how to do it. And when you experience that, the feelings are inner peace and connectedness. Because your heart waves are the core of who you truly are. They are your essence. They give you access to your true self, where stress dissolves and life is in flow, because it is your true nature when you're connected to your heart waves. It gives you energy. Heart waves also, when you're tuning into them and you start aligning with them and they become much more calm and centered and at peace, you now begin to let go of the stress that causes aging. So it's one of the best ways to become youthful again. And you also experience clarity, focus, and passion when you're tuning into your heart waves. Now, this is an interesting phrase, thinking from your heart. Because your heart is far more intelligent than your mind, when you start thinking from your heart, you have access to intelligence that is 5,000 times more powerful than your brain. Because your heart is your place of wisdom. It's your core. It's who you truly are. It's where life enters and also emanates from throughout the rest of your body. It is literally the spark of life. So, the new paradigm is the heart mind, where your heart and your mind work together in synchrony. They are cohesive. They are acting as one. And in that state, problems dissolve in your life. Solutions appear spontaneously and naturally, and you have access to the infinite. In other words, solutions and feelings and connections that are beyond what your mind typically can experience. But now your heart and your mind are aligned together as one. And you begin to shift your vibration. Instead of relying upon the mind, which creates stress, you start tapping into your heart, which creates peace and clarity, which lasts, by the way. It's not just a one-time thing. So let's talk about the Heartwave Breakthrough. It's something that I've been sharing with the people that join our courses for over 10 years. And that way of accessing that is Clear Mind, the Clear Mind meditation program. When you use Clear Mind, your access and ability to access your heart's intelligence increases dramatically. It helps you meditate easier. Even if you've not been successful at meditating, Clear Mind makes meditation easier than most people can imagine. Even people that have been great meditators find that when they use Clear Mind, it expands their consciousness because it expands their heart waves. So some of the benefits of Clear Mind: it helps raise your vibration. Problems dissolve naturally. Instead of you having to overfocus on them, they begin to dissolve because the wisdom of your heart gives you access to new answers. And literally, problems, the way of looking at them, which happens because of that over-reliance on the mind, begins to dissolve. And the mind lets go. Imagine letting go of your mind's fixating on something and how that would affect literally every part of your life. And your body, of course, relaxes. You become far more rested. You sleep better. You wake up more refreshed. New solutions present themselves to problems that were even vexing or challenging in the past now begin to be normal to you. And you begin to live in the present moment. In other words, there is no problems or focus on the past, and you don't have to have anxiety about the future because you're in the now. You're living in the present moment. And you experience peace and bliss and inner stillness. And your feeling on the inside is a deep connection to your core and who you truly are, to your essence, to your body, to all of life. So let's talk about the Clear Mind solution. This is something that I've shared with thousands of people across the world that they have experienced in their own life. It's a meditation program that allows you to access your heart waves. And in a few days, I'll be sharing with you the Clear Mind program, but I've got a cool new bonus to share with you. Clear Mind by itself is incredibly powerful, but there's something that I've been working on in the background that I've been sharing with a select group of people that when you add to your meditation, it not only expands your meditation skills, but it also gives you access to that deeper intelligence that we talked about, and far greater skills than most people can imagine. And that new bonus is the oil of frankincense. When you combine clear mind plus frankincense, you get a synergy. You get a sum that's greater than the parts. Frankincense oil by itself is an incredible oil, but when you combine it with clear mind, you begin to experience feelings of deep inner peace, dramatic breakthroughs in your consciousness. And when you, let's say, focus it on your career or your own issues that you want resolution on, for example, your relationships or how you process energy or how you do anything in life, you experience breakthroughs, and they are dramatic. So there's going to be 3 new levels of clear mind. The first level is the foundation. The second level, for people who want to take their studies even further, there's an advanced level. And finally, there's the third level called mastery. The free frankincense comes with the advanced and the mastery levels. And so watch your email in the coming days for the announcement and the launch of the new Clear Mind program. And in the meantime, I wish you much inner peace and aloha.